Hey guys, this is Super Abby, the hashtag hero, and you are now watching the hashtag hero TV. And in this episode, this is Hero Talks, and we will be having a conscious conversation and inspirational tidbits and share our thoughts in the comments below. If that sounds like your jam, then please do subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know every time a new video comes up. This video today is all about making decisions. All right, and this comes from some of the best advice I've ever gotten in my entire life, and it didn't even come one-on-one from someone I know personally. This came from a podcast by Andy Frisella called The MF CEO, and in it he talked about making decisions, and it is something that really stuck with me, and I feel like I'm about to change somebody's life. Somebody needs to hear this right now. So basically, what drove it home for me was he was talking about having watched one of his favorite movies. He watched Indiana Jones, right? So for anybody who's like not that old, you're like, who is that, right? So what you can liken Indiana Jones to is like, if you're a millennial, Crash Bandicoot. Like, so basically any character that has ever had to like run away from booby traps and like jump and duck and stuff like that, think of it like that. So when it comes to Indiana Jones, basically he's like, he's like this dude, he's like in the jungle, he's trying to like get this relic, and if he doesn't do it just right, everything's gonna fall apart and he has to run and like dodge all these traps, right? Just like Crash Bandicoot did with like the boulder or whatever. I feel so old just mentioning that. Anyway, so this is all about how he has to run, right? Like, so something goes wrong, there's pits, he has to run, he has to jump, there's snakes, there's spikes, all the stuff, arrows, whatever. He's got to tuck and roll, he's got to bounce, he's got to do all kinds of stuff, he's got to skirt. Like, he had to skirt before we was ever skirting, you know what I mean? Like, he had to get out of there, right? And the thing about it is such a metaphor for life, right? Because think of it like this: he's moving, he's jumping, he's got to adapt as he go along. If he stops, he's dead, right? If he stops, everything's over. Now, in terms of real life, you can think of it in terms of when we make decisions, right? So if he doesn't make those decisions right then and there, then everything's done. And the big reason why most people fail or just aren't successful at all is because they aren't in motion. You know, you're like stuck. And when you're stuck, you get swallowed up by your environment. So basically, the moral of the story is you need to be in motion. You need to have that momentum so you can at least adapt as you go along. Because if you don't, you will just get swallowed up by life. Isn't that crazy? And also so true. So, like, the thing is like most people are spending so much time trying to make the right decision, trying to make the perfect decision, trying to think up the exact way to do stuff, right? And you eventually don't end up making any decision at all. It's like analysis paralysis. And in so doing, you fail. Stuff happens, everything gets in the way, and you don't end up doing the thing. And lately, I felt like I really needed to talk about this one because lately, since I've been like super on Instagram and like on here or back on YouTube and stuff and like sharing my whole thing, people have been like hitting me up all the time. They're like, oh my gosh, like I want to do stuff. I'm planning all these things and like help me, like tell me, how do I plan these things out and all this stuff. And I'm like, you got this. You just need to decide, honey. It's like, that's just it. Like, none of it's gonna be perfect. You just need to choose one. You know what I mean? Choose the one you feel the most excited about and go with it. But what about this? What about that? What about... You're not gonna know everything. And this kind of goes back into the learning through growing, like the episode we did a few weeks back. You need to be comfortable with the opposite of what we learned in school, where in school we learned we need to learn before doing stuff. You know, you need to learn everything, then take the test. In life, it's the opposite. All right, especially in business, or if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, passive income, all that fun stuff, it's the complete opposite. You need to do and then learn. You need to do and adapt, do and adapt, do and adapt. All right, you're not going to be an expert before you start. And that's funny because school teaches us to like know everything before we even do the test. It's the complete opposite. You need to do the test and learn as you do it. Like you need to learn and adapt as you go. You know, otherwise you'll be stuck and you'll get swallowed up by life. Literally, well, maybe not literally, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like you won't amount to your true potential. And like this really hits home because like there are some people that I know from forever, and it's like they look to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I wish." And I'm like, "You can, bro." I'm like, you can. You just got to decide. You just still sitting here not deciding. Meanwhile, I done tried this business. I done tried that. I done tried all kinds of stuff. Looked like a fool, messed up, whatever, and learned from it. And now I'm somewhere else. But you still in the same spot thinking about maybe doing it. It's like, whoa, you're never, like you're making more roadblocks that are not even really there. You know? And the real truth of the matter is none of us are all that good. The ones who are doing it, we're not that good. We're really not. We're just doing it. And because most people aren't, it just sort of like goes. You know what I mean? But, you know, even the best CEOs and stuff like that, like they weren't the best. They just were doing things and learning as they went along, and that was it, you know? So I'm saying all of this to like help you kind of get out of your own way. Like leadership, let's talk leadership. Like this is how you actually create things for yourself. How you actually get people on your side and like can stand up and lead other people is because you need to be decisive. You need to get up and be the one, we're going this way. You need to be that person because most people are too busy being side ducked. Like they're just like, you know, got a headache, not figuring out what to do. They need somebody to show them. You got to be that person to make those decisions so you don't get swallowed up by your environment. Like, but yeah, that's basically the whole situation. Like, it's just crazy to me. And you know what's so funny? It's like the more you make all those mistakes and stuff and then come back, by the time everyone else looks up from still thinking about it, you done turned into an expert. You done turned into the leader. You done turned into something. And everybody's like, wait, what? They gonna look around and be like, what? You made that book? Yeah. You do that? Yeah. It's like, yo, y'all playing tag, I've been it. Like, hello. You know, so that's all I got to say for today, guys. Like, make sure to nurture your decision making. Like, create those decisions. Just go for it. Just try. You ain't got nothing to lose. Trust me. Just learn from it and keep going. That is the fastest way to get to success. Stopping and analyzing and waiting and thinking and it's not the right time. That is so like that you won't get there. You know, I never wait till it's right. I just go, yo. And I think that's the secret, honestly. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Is it better to just go and not really know what the heck you're doing? Or is it better to kind of wait for the right time? I want to know. All right, guys, this has been Super Ivy, the hashtag hero. I'll see you on the next video next week. Hero out.